Hello everyone, my name is Wia. The members of our group are lively Scarlett, warm Shirley, and very cool Margaret. The brand we pitch for this time is POP MART, which is mainly divided into the display of research, proposition, concept, process, and final work. Shirley is the first to introduce the first part of research. Welcome, Shirley.
POP MART was established in 2010. In the past 10 years of development, POP MART aims to build coverage with the brand concept of creating trends and delivering beauty in 4 areas. The brand culture of POP MART is to light up passion and bring joy. It aims to provide trendy and beautiful product and service, bring customers a fashion experience within reach. And the analyze and the cause of explosion of POP MART. The first step, creation a new IP. POP MART has not emerged in the toy market for many years. Until the super IP of Molly was discovered, it formed its own unique product and detonate a huge selling point in the form of blind box. Second step, accurate grasp of user positioning and user. The young female user in first and second tier cities, aged between 18 to 35, are mainly young white-collar workers, and women account for more than 70%. They have a certain financial ability and have a certain consumption power in buying capital goods. The third step, effective combination of online and offline in the tight play market. Times are constantly changing. When it comes to toys, everyone thought they were children's gadgets. These toys are not only for the low age group. Many young women are also loyal buyers. And according to our research, the competitors of POP MART are Bandai Lego and other toy figure brands. And during the shopping festival in 2008 and 2019, the sales of toys reached 27 million and 82 million and come to the first position. And next, invite Margaret to introduce the second part.
Hello, I'm Margaret, and today I will introduce the social issue and the target audience part of our campaign. About the social issue, the keyword of our theme is that it is an internet buzzword, corporate slave. The definition of it is an internet buzzword from a self-deprecating phrase used by low-level office workers in Japanese companies, which spreads through Japanese dramas. And it refers to employees who work obediently in the company and are exploited like cattle, and is often used for self-deprecation. The main features of the corporate slave are the work is full before people arrive at the office. It means they suffer from the more work. And the metro is overcrowded at peak times. It means they suffer from the poor exercise. And the last one is the people are forced to do all kinds of work that is not part of their duties. It means they suffer from the unfair treatment. And the keywords of the corporate slaves are office worker, derogatory, squeezed, overwrought, and burnout. The target audience group of our campaign is the young women aged 22 to 28 in first and second tier cities, and they are becoming more and more known in the midst of their busy lives. But there is still a child inside waiting to be awakened. And the target audience group is the generation who ate noodles and collected water margin cards when they were young, and now they grow up as young people and still miss their childhood. And here I show three pictures of the cartoons they may have watched in their childhood. And now they have a good income level and are willing to pay for what they like.
Thanks Shirley and Margaret for the detailed display of the research and summarizing all the previous investigations. I summarized the following aspects and presented them in the form of mind map. First of all, the purpose of POP MART advertising campaign is to expand the new audience beside on the original audience. Of course, this part of the population is still in the original young customer group of POP MART. We aim to make those who have not paid attention to POP MART's group realize the funny and meaning, so as to bring all-around growth to the POP MART market. This advertising campaign is mainly to promote the POP MART brand because we know that in the modern society where toys and handmade brands are prevalent, the key to winning the POP MART market should no longer be simple toys to be visible compared to those toy brands such as Logo. For their young audience, the unique brand culture is the main customer attraction. The main audience of our advertising campaign is young people aged 22 to 28, living in first and second tier cities. The research found that their most life feature is that they work overtime and stay up later, which results in great pressure. This is a very serious social problem. Faced with this social problem, combined with POP MART's original brand theme of playing hard, we found that under the domination of traditional thinking, people always think that toys are things that children can have. It is naive for adults to buy toys. But is this really the case? It's not true. When our minds are open, as long as we have purchasing power, we can choose what we like to satisfy our own happiness. Adult happiness is very necessary. It can be a POP MART toy. Maybe it couldn't be better. We want to change people's inherent way of thinking through POP MART, so that audios have fairy tales become popular and widely seen. Besides on this, we set the tone of this campaign to be warm and real. I mean to use these lives of really young people to resonate with customers and finally positioned our activity in a warm and true sentence. POP MART wake up the inner children in you.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about our concepts of TV and radio advertisements. Based on the proposition, in order to cater for the target market, we created 6 different concepts, including Steak Naughty Go, Museum, Office, Halloween, GPS, and Fairy. As for the stick-knotted girl, we want to describe a posed girl changed her story through the POP MART. And for the office, we talk about a girl who is always working overtime and his journeys with POP MART through the computer screen. As for the museum, we want to describe a wonderful night in the museum and a big party between POP MART and adults. And Halloween is our final choice. In this story, we talk about in Halloween, POP MART helps girls regain his childlike by magic. And we also describe two different kinds of radio advertisements, including GPS and ferry. GPS, we want to use the digital map in order to show the way for the girl who finished her work and also show the accompany of the POP MART. As for the ferry, we want to use some contrasts in order to show the POP MART always be there and she always can accompany you and wake up your inner child. And we also make some details of them and we write some scripts and storyboard. Finally, we decided to choose the POP MART story because by this way we could make things more interesting and more attract our target audience. Besides, we also can make some one-off. Story talks about on Halloween night, a girl just came home from overtime work. Because there was still a lot of work to be done, she can only walk along and watch the computer screen. Suddenly, she heard some noise, and she found some children who came in order to ask for candy for Halloween. At first, she was very annoying because she was distracted by them, but with the magical of POP MART, he reminded his childhood and the happiness. Also make a storyboard for it and we want to display it later. Finally, we will put these advertisements at night and launch POP MART and city night activities. They can accompany each target customer on their way home and awaken the children in their hearts after a busy day.
Happiness is always easy when you are a kid. A fresh pastry, a snowstorm, or a little fairy doll can make a child happy for a long time. Growing up, you have to give up your favorite pastries to stay in shape. You begin to hate snow to make your commute easier. However, at your desk, the little fairy who has been with you for so long always reminds you to remember to be happy. Do you believe that no one can stay young forever? But POP MART can. She's always in the corner, just like one day years ago. Waking up your inner child.